This is the Senior Survival Career Workshop for the class of 2022. And even if you're not a senior and you're not part of the class of 22, welcome anyway. This is going to be useful for you at some point as well, and probably sooner than you think. So my name is Marianna Yerby. I'm the Associate Director of Career and Professional Development in the Manhattan campus. I work well with all majors, but I also help with first destination outcomes. So what happens after graduation? So this is very close to my heart when students are almost leaving, what their plans are and how they get there. You can go ahead, Sam and Sarah.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Sarah Shepard. I'm the Director of Employer Relations. And my role is really to meet with different employers to bring opportunities to you, whether that be for current students like internships or full-time jobs. So everyone in the room here. So thank you for coming. Sam?
Thanks, Sarah. Hi, everybody. I recognize a few students who I've worked with on here, so great to see you. My name is Samantha Karpov. I'm the assistant director on our team, mainly working from the Dobbs Ferry campus, and I help students mainly in the School of Business, also help with our marketing and data initiatives as well. So looking forward to chatting today. This should be really good.
Thank you both. And if you have any questions throughout, it's a small enough group that you can unmute yourself and basically interrupt us. It's fine. We'll also have questions at the end, but you can go ahead and intervene when you need to. We're also going to record it. So as soon as we start sharing, we're going to record. So just so you know that. All right, with that, we are going to start. 1 second. Okay. Okay. So this is our first slide, and you will probably recognize it's similar to the handbook that you got through email this morning. If you didn't get it, just put your name down in the chat, your email, and we'll make sure you get a copy of it later. But the purpose of the guidebook is really for your reference. It's way more in depth than the deck. So you can refer to things there at your own time. But here we're just going to go over the most important topics that we want to make sure that we address with you. So this is our agenda for today: resume tips and samples. There's nothing we do without resumes. So we want to make sure you remember what we recommend and where they are, where the samples are. Then we're going to go through using Handshake. Again, something else that we always talk about, whether it's internships or jobs at any point in your career. We want to remind you about Handshake and why it's important. Other search engines, of course, Handshake is not the only one. We're going to go through a few that we find are very helpful. Then LinkedIn, networking and elevator pitch. There'll be a little activity there. Then interview tips, professional attire, and questions. But again, questions throughout, really. So resume tips. So I'll open up where our guidebooks are. So we have guidebooks that have resume samples by year, by different industries and different fields. So we want to make sure you know where they are. And then you can use samples really to construct or to edit your resume. I will look at that later, but I want to just remind you, this is also, the links all work here and in the guidebook. There's a must-have list that we put together, kind of like a checklist for when you do edit or create a resume. So these are things that we find consistently that students either miss or we need to remind them of and are the most important things to us. So in terms of formatting, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but in terms of formatting, you've heard us say it before, one-page resumes are really recommended, and we strongly encourage you to try to get to that. Consistent font size, reverse chronological order, make sure you put in the full degree name. These are things that sound super intuitive, but you'd be surprised how many times we see them missing. Make sure it's a plain Word document. We just attended a webinar yesterday on the best formats for resumes for when you're uploading it on applicant tracking systems. And we found that creating a resume in Word is really the recommended way, and then saving it as PDF. So just have your plain Word document, the main structure and the main content, and then you can save it and edit it every time if you have more updates. But just again, plain Word document. And the point here is really do not start your resume or don't try to do it on these online softwares. They're very nice looking. Of course, the resume looks amazing. But then when you're uploading it on employers' websites in applicant tracking systems, there's a big chance that the resume won't be read by applicant tracking systems. So this again is not meant to scare you, but just stick to plain Word and save it as PDF. So that's one thing we want to highlight here. So that means no images, graphic logos, and so on. If you're in a field that is creative, like graphic design or any of those, you can have your graphic resume saved separately, but use a plain one when you're applying online. You can send the other one through email, have a link to it if you have an online portfolio, but do not use it as the main resume. Heading, so your contact information, of course, at the top, super clear. Make sure you update your phone number. Your email should be professional. You can use the Mercy or not, but just make sure it's professional. Make sure you check it as well, because of course that's the one that employers are going to be seeing. And then the sections are the plain sections of the main sections that we've talked about before. Start with education, experience, and skills. There might be more sections in addition to these, but these are the main ones. And make sure you list Mercy College. I know you think it's really clear and obvious, but that's why we bolded. Oftentimes students forget to list that. So Mercy College, and then when you're receiving your degree, so you don't have to say start date and end date, you can just go ahead and say basically May 2022 or August 2022, when you finish classes, not when you walk, when you finish your classes. And if you're expected to get it in December, you just the same way, December 2022 or whatever the date is. Make sure you spell out the full degree name. People at Mercy will know what, BA in whatever CJ is. That's not it at all, by the way. But just don't abbreviate, because people outside Mercy are not going to know what that means. So spell out the full degree and the major. Okay, content, just be consistent, bullets, the right verb tense, spelling, of course, no spelling errors at all, written in the first person but without I, so just assisted, organized, employed, whatever it was, but never saying I did this, I helped with, I worked, no I's at all. And again, you can go through this in more detail, but those are the highlights of what we, again, as we say it here, what they must have. Resumes, for them to be approved, this is the must-have list. So if you want to take a check after you edit your resume, this is probably going to get you to an approval and handshake. Since I have the link here for the guidebooks, I'm going to quickly show you what they are. So the link will point